Hi there. My name is Professor Stewart, and I'm glad to have you here for the screencast of the three types of research I'll be asking you to include in your final paper. I will be putting together a paper for my film course, but this information goes for any class that may be writing a final research paper. The first thing we're looking at here is a setup here. We have my heading here. Looks like I haven't added my page number, so I'm going to go ahead and insert a page number. Top right. Okay, and there's that. Always want to make sure you give a title. We're going to do something with the portrayal of women. Now remember, for a title, you always want to center it. So we'll go right here and center it. You want to capitalize each important word. Prepositions like of or in, you do not need to capitalize. So this is the setup here. It's looking pretty good. I'm still in center, so I'm going to left adjust. And next, what I'm going to think about is some of the different types of sources. So I'm going to start with an article. So I found this article from Vanity Magazine, Vanity Fair Magazine. And so we have an author, we have a date, we have a title here. So I'm going to go ahead. So remember, when you include in-text citations, you need to start out with your own words to introduce it. And so here's an example of what I might do. So this is assuming I've already started brainstorming, started drafting my paper, and now I'm looking for some sources maybe to back up my ideas or to maybe search for some new ones. And here's kind of a cool point here to say that Hitchcock's representation of women is particular in a particular way here. So we're going to go ahead and say a 1999 Vanity Fair article states that, comma, okay, Control V there. Okay. Notice that the title of a magazine, you want to put that in italics. The quote you're going to put in quotation marks. And here, remember, in the citation, you need to include the author's last name and the page. And so that's the next thing we're going to look at here. So here's our author's last name is Wolcott. So we're going to go ahead and include that. Okay, what page is it? Well, I'm not printing it, but I can still get the page. So I'm going to go up here to the menu as if I were to print. And I'm going to scan through until I find my quote. And you'll see as I scroll down, you're going to see the page number appear on the right-hand side. Okay. Go. And they want that. Okay, so they gave me an ad here, and we're going to try that again. Okay. And again, you go to print as if I'm going to print it. Okay, here I am. Now notice as I go, you'll see this number up here. There's our page 2. We can blow up the image a little bit here. Interest in women, and there's our quote right here. So we are on page 5. All right, so that takes us a minute there, but now the idea here for any type of citation is simply to make it so that your reader can find their way through your sources and ultimately to find, let's say I was looking for more information, I really liked your article, or I just want to double check on your source. So now I know it's Wolcott 5, okay? A couple other things I'm noticing here. I need to make sure I'm in double space, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm also noticing there's no title here, so I want to make sure I might put my title. Okay. And now the trick is, well, who's Wolcott? So I'm going to go ahead and jump a little bit here and put in my works cited. And that can be centered here. Again, make sure you left adjust after you center the works cited. And now I need to set this up. Okay, so remember in Blackboard we have this MLA style guidelines, and we want our end of text citation internet article to look like this: last and first name, period. Name of article in quotation marks, period, inside the quotation marks. The name of the website is italics, comma, date of publication, comma, URL. Now the date of publication is going to look like this. This is MLA format. You have date, month, and year. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back and do that. So re-find our article. Again, we're not printing, so we're just going to cancel. We already got the information we needed. And here's our title, Death in the Manster by James Wolcott. So we're going to do Wolcott, James, period. There may be a subtitle. It's always helpful, but I'm going to leave it out for now. Notice a period inside. What do we need next here? Okay, we have our author, we have our article, we need the website. Okay, and the website is right up here. So we're going to just do vanityfair.com. And there's going to be a comma after that. Remember, our website needs to be in italics and then space it. Okay, coming back here, website. Now we need date of publication and URL. Okay, so let's get the URL in there. Copy. I do Command C on a Mac to get that in there. And the last thing we need is the date. Is an older article. Typically, you want to keep the research within the last 5 years, but in something like film, there's some great work that that's older. So we're doing April 1999. There's no date. It's just the month because it's a magazine. So we're going to do April 1999, comma. And notice that's in italics. We need to get that out of there. Just the website. Now I'm going to try to get, remember we need to use hanging indent here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get that to work. Let's see if this will backspace. No, that's still too much. Okay, we're going to leave that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to select it. We're going to reverse this because, again, reverse indent and hanging indent are the same. So reverse the indent and pull this back here. And that's how you want it to look. All right, and that's a perfect format for a period at the end for an online article. That way, when I read your quotation here, I can say, Wolcott, who's that? And I come to the works cited, and I am able to go ahead to the works cited and find it. Now we're just out of time here already, so I'm going to cut to part 2 because I still have a few more sources to get to. So hang in there. Make sure you jump on and take a look at part 2 of 3 types of sources for